It's Madden NFL 23, and we'll see Dalvin Cook. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Vikings and the Broncos, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
We find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 5'11" quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson. Here's Wilson to throw right away. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle, and they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On first down, Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is number 1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Now Bernard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. Remember, that was less than a yard. That was not a full yard. That defense, they were having none of it.
Yeah, the surge the offensive line was seeking actually occurred on the other side of the ball. They reestablished the line of scrimmage and stuffed them.
No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
And this will be a Vikings first down as he Vikings at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. But Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Well, they were looking to throw, holding in the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. These are his numbers from last week's contest. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
On second down at 4, Cousins. Throw caught there by Osborne. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Cousins on first down. He'll buy some time right. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Cousins throwing quickly out for Jefferson. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Touchdown, Vikings! Max Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson, open man, he completes it to Judy. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 46-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. That's going to be caught by Judy. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, Wilson. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 42 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think I need an oxygen mask after those last 2 plays, CD. The long touchdown followed by the even longer return on the block PAT.
I wonder if after that long touchdown, if someone actually needed a play off and didn't take it, and maybe that was the breakdown in protection and led to the block.
Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watched the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, pass, pass. Finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Play action now. Cousins. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right. With his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Broncos 6. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space. It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Prater's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Cousins. Dalvin Cook now catches on back-to-back plays. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Cousins now to throw on first down. Complete. Jefferson the target.
Here we go.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line.
They'll throw again. Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And the Broncos get there and take him down. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fourth down, Cousins. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. That's complete to Smith-Marset. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Yeah, the Vikings are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the
touchdown Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Tight end Dawson Knox ready to go again, as is the rest of this offense. He's well on his way to a 1,000-yard season, maybe on pace to just tear past that, Charles. Defensively, they need to pay a little bit more attention to him.
Yeah, I think so, because remember, throwing the football, that can shred a defense quicker than anything else, because as soon as the catch is made, he still has the ability to, yards after catch, get downfield, gain even more, score touchdowns, all of that. This is going to be a lot of fun to watch as this progresses, to see how they defend him and how he changes up his game in order to try and keep getting open.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And this throw will be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, it might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
And this is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Joseph connects on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And it's the Seahawks who have the lead as those two teams approach halftime. Ken Walker, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. From there, we fly east to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. The Eagles seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Chicago Bears. Aaron Jones, a touchdown run in the victory. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And our statisticians got through a couple of pencils already. This offense is on pace for potentially 500 yards in passing. That's pretty incredible. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half. These two teams making their final adjustments before coming out for the second half. And for the call, we go back out to Denver and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati, so now trying to make amends. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. He's got it to Williams. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Osborne. And he will have a Vikings 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Well, we use the term pitch and catch a lot to denote an easy completion. We just saw one right there on 3rd and 3 to pick up the 1st down.
Why are those so tough to defend? Just because they hit so quickly?
Yeah, it's all about timing and confidence. Quarterback sees it, rips it, there you go.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down. Cousins again. Flush to his right. He'll find Smith-Marset complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. On 2nd down, Cook. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 20-yard line. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. There's Wilson to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
while Wilson's throw here taken in by Knox. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's Wilson. He completes it to the tight end Knox. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 42. Now it's Wilson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. To throw again is Wilson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over him.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Vikings. A great effort there. One play, 75 yards. And the Vikings take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So a pretty wild turn of events there. Instead of a sure 3 points, it's 6 the other direction.
And if you're kicking in the NFL, that should be pretty much automatic, but I don't think that's on him at all. The protection broke down. That led to the block.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 9. Greg Joseph to kick off for Minnesota.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
And Denver getting set to take the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Off the draw, here's Williams.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wilson. And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Cook. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They run it again with Cook. And some room to roam now. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 59 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
They call it a loss of a yard there. And now we've got a 3rd and goal situation. Now Cousins. Flushed out right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Joseph on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense now set to go. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now Wilson. Now he'll let this one go deep right sideline. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. This offense on third down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run the counter with Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Again, it's Cook.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Up the middle, it's Cook. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Cousins here to throw.
To Jefferson on the slant. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Denver, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins.